Sean Diddy Combs, one of the biggest names in the music industry, is facing a series of legal battles that could change everything. The glittering success, the untouchable image, the legacy built over decades, all now hang in the balance. Will the truth come out in court, or will more secrets remain buried? One chapter ends, but the story of Sean Diddy Combs is far from over. Stay tuned, because this trial could rewrite everything. As the federal trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs draws near, anticipation and anxiety are reaching a boiling point. Set to begin on May 5th, this trial is expected to be one of the most explosive courtroom battles the entertainment world has seen in years. With intense media scrutiny and public speculation, questions are swirling. What exactly are the charges Diddy is facing? Why are federal prosecutors applying the same laws once used to bring down mafia bosses? And who among his accusers is stepping into the spotlight without anonymity? In recent weeks, a dramatic pre-trial motion to delay proceedings was flatly rejected by the judge, signaling that this trial will proceed without further delay. Legal analysts and fans alike are preparing for a dramatic legal showdown. Compounding the tension, one of Diddy's key attorneys has exited the defense team, prompting a last-minute reshuffle.
His resolve is the same. He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
As Diddy maintains his innocence, his defense team prepares for a high-stakes battle that could determine the rest of his life. The charges: Diddy's alleged crimes. Back in September 2024, the federal government unsealed a sweeping criminal indictment against Diddy. The document accused him of running an organized criminal enterprise using his music empire as a cover. Prosecutors allege that Diddy was the mastermind behind a wide-ranging conspiracy involving sex trafficking, abuse, and intimidation. Among the most shocking claims are that Diddy arranged so-called freak-offs, sex parties allegedly involving both male and female workers, often under the influence of drugs. Prosecutors say these events were orchestrated using his staff and business resources, with Diddy allegedly drugging participants and using physical and emotional abuse to maintain control. The indictment paints a deeply troubling portrait of power, manipulation, and exploitation. Diddy was initially charged with 3 felonies: racketeering, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals for prostitution. Since then, federal prosecutors have filed 3 superseding indictments, adding new allegations, victims, and pieces of evidence to the case. Building the case, on January 30, 2025, prosecutors expanded the timeline of Diddy's alleged racketeering scheme to stretch from 2024. Although no new charges were introduced in that filing, it added 2 additional sex trafficking victims and even included a claim that Diddy once dangled someone off a high-rise balcony. Just weeks later, on March 6th, a second superseding indictment provided further details about Diddy's alleged abuse and threats toward his employees. Then, on April 3rd, a third indictment added 2 more felony charges, one for sex trafficking by force and another for transportation for prostitution. If convicted of both new sex trafficking by force charges, Diddy could face a minimum of 15 years in prison and up to life. The transportation offenses alone could add another 10 years. But the most dangerous charge for Diddy is racketeering under the RICO Act, which could carry a life sentence even if he's acquitted on the other counts. RICO, the RICO Act, originally created to dismantle mafia crime families, is now being used to bring Diddy down. To convict under RICO, prosecutors don't need to prove every crime. They only need to show that the defendant committed 2 predicate crimes as part of a larger criminal conspiracy. According to the indictment, Diddy is accused of sex trafficking, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice, and more. If the jury believes he ordered even 2 of these crimes,
Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity.
he could be convicted on the racketeering charge and face life imprisonment. One particularly alarming detail from the indictment is the alleged arson attack on a vehicle. While the victim is unnamed, the situation mirrors a claim made by rapper Kid Cudi, who alleged in 2012 that Diddy had his car blown up in retaliation. Prosecutors say they have multiple witnesses ready to testify about that specific incident, which could prove pivotal in the trial. The accusers speak out. The identities of Diddy's accusers have largely been shielded to protect their safety. 4 victims, referred to as Victim 1 through Victim 4, are expected to testify. Of those 4, 3 have requested anonymity, while 1 has chosen to go public. That accuser is none other than singer Cassie Ventura, who had an on and off relationship with Diddy for over a decade. In 2023, Cassie filed a civil lawsuit accusing Diddy of years of abuse, sex trafficking, and violent control. Just one day later, the lawsuit was settled, but not before the public got a glimpse into the dark allegations. Although the settlement didn't admit guilt, many found the timing suspicious. Months later, leaked hotel footage from 2016 appeared to support her claims, showing Diddy allegedly assaulting Cassie in the hallway. In response, Diddy issued a public apology, calling his past actions inexcusable, while his legal team claimed the video was manipulated and taken out of context. Judge Arun Subramanian recently ruled that portions of this footage will be shown to jurors, along with 9 videos allegedly depicting Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, which were reportedly submitted by Cassie herself. The legal landscape and courtroom drama. The trial itself has already been riddled with dramatic turns. Most recently, one of Diddy's high-profile attorneys, Anthony Ricco, abruptly resigned from the defense team. Ricco, a veteran defense lawyer with a reputation for taking on controversial cases, filed a statement saying that under no circumstances could he continue to represent Diddy effectively. His sudden departure has raised eyebrows, especially given his extensive background, including defending Osama bin Laden and NYPD officer Jescar Desnora. While no clear reason has been provided for Ricco's exit, legal insiders suggest disagreements about trial strategy may have played a role. Meanwhile, Judge Arun Subramanian, a former clerk for the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg and a Biden appointee, is under intense scrutiny. He wasn't the original judge on the case. Judge Andrew Carter was quietly replaced in late 2024, adding to the mystery surrounding the proceedings. What's next? The stage is set for a courtroom battle that could reverberate throughout the entertainment industry for years.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
Oh! I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
Jury selection will be a careful process, given the enormous public interest and media coverage surrounding the trial. Diddy's legal team must convince jurors of his innocence while dismantling a mountain of evidence and witness testimony. On the other side, federal prosecutors are bringing a case they've been building for years. With multiple indictments, corroborating witnesses, and damning video footage, they're confident in their pursuit of a conviction. The inclusion of RICO charges ensures that even if Diddy avoids convictions on individual crimes, the overarching conspiracy allegation could still land him behind bars for life. As opening arguments approach, the stakes couldn't be higher for Sean Diddy Combs. With his legacy, freedom, and empire on the line, the trial promises to be a defining moment not just for Diddy, but for how the justice system handles high-profile abuse and racketeering cases in the modern era. The gavel is about to strike, and Diddy's fate hangs by a thread. Is this the fall of a music empire, or the unveiling of a darker conspiracy? The truth is coming, but the real question is, are we ready for it? If you want the full story as it unfolds, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.